Hey everybody, it's Brandon from The Better Cook. Today, we're gonna do crispy skin salmon, a little Peruvian ahi, do some crispy potatoes and Brussels sprouts, and some pickled shallots. This is gonna be a 6-step process. You know, it's pretty easy. That's not my beer. Whoa. Let's get to work. So we're gonna start with boiling our fingerling potatoes. It's literally water, fingerling potatoes, and salt. We're gonna boil this until they're pretty much soft and we can smash them. The reason we smash is because we're exposing the starches, which is actually the part that's gonna get crispy when we cook these. Other than that, that's it. I mean, they look pretty good. If you were to cook an unsmashed potato, it wouldn't get very crispy and honestly kinda suck. We're gonna do our pickling liquid. It's gonna be 1 cup water, 1 cup apple cider vinegar. We're gonna do some sugar, actually a lot of sugar. You're gonna actually do a little bit of salt too, because it's gonna make everything pop. And then we'll add our pickling spices, which is bay leaf, allspice, little star anise, little tiny everything, and just maybe don't put it on a cutting board like this, because it's kind of a hassle, and I just can't believe I did this. So we're gonna give a good mix, and then we're going to boil it. While that is coming to a boil, we're gonna finally slice our shallots. We don't want them too thick because it's gonna add too much of a pop and too much to the dish. You just want a little bit of acidity bites while you're eating this. So nice and thin slices. And now that the pickling liquid is boiling, we're gonna add it to the shallots and let it cool. We're gonna make our Peruvian ahi. First, we're gonna make an aioli. So we're gonna lose that egg white and only use the egg yolk. We're gonna use 1 lemon. Make sure you take out them seeds. We're gonna squeeze it right on in. We're gonna do a little teaspoon of salt here. And we're gonna mix these till they're incorporated. And then we're gonna add our oil. When you're making aioli, every yolk you use is about 1 cup of oil. But you're gonna notice it's gonna get pretty thick before you add that cup. And you don't want it to feel like it's gonna break. So what I'll do is so I'm gonna add a little bit of water because it's pretty thick. And then I'm gonna continue to build with my oil. So it should be pretty thick. We're not making an actual aioli dipping sauce, so I'm making it a little bit thinner because I wanted this to be a nice dressing when we're making our Peruvian ahi. This is a little bit thinner. I would bring it a lot thicker if we're actually doing like a dipping aioli. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our zhug, which is the 2nd step of the Peruvian ahi. We've already done this before, so you should know what's going on. It's gonna be cilantro, garlic, a little bit of oil, and a little bit of acidity. And some jalapenos. So we're gonna take the seeds out because we don't want too much spice. But again, if you like spicy, you can add those seeds. It's all up to your preference. I like spicy food, but I also like to enjoy my food. And I like to enjoy every flavor of food. Smash the garlic, take off the skin, and we're just gonna add them right on in because we're gonna blend them. I dropped 1, but it's okay, we're only gonna do 2. A little pinch of salt. We'll add our oil here, probably 1/4 cup or so. So I'm not adding too much oil because I want it to break down before it starts to blend because I don't want to add too much creaminess. We will add a little bit more oil because it didn't break down like a sauce like I wanted it to. I just want it to be like a nice, vibrant, dark green, really gorgeous. And if you add all your oil and you blend it and you add your acidity to it now, it's gonna be more creamy color than it will be actual vibrant green like this. Looks pretty amazing. Now we're gonna get our aioli. Pull it out of the fridge because it does have egg in it and I don't want it to spoil. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add our aioli. And this is gonna cream it out. It's gonna add a nice texture and it's gonna be a beautiful sauce. Look at that. That is what we're looking for right there. That is gorgeous. Looks so good, I just wanna taste it. I just realized I didn't add salt. And I also didn't add acidity, so I'm gonna add this lime real quick and it's really gonna brighten it up. Yep, that's what we needed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split our Brussels sprouts in half. What we're gonna do is we're gonna split our Brussels sprouts in half. But I'm also gonna take off a little bit of that brown end because it's not very pretty. It's time to clean up this salmon and portion it out. We're gonna take off the belly because it's a little too thin to cook evenly, but it would make a good tartare. Now we're gonna slice down the center of the fish and we'll save this for later. This grocery store did not debone the salmon. Man. All right, so we're gonna show you how to do this. You're gonna grab your tweezers, you're gonna feel, and I got a little trick. When I pull my bones out, I actually dip them in water and they sink to the bottom. This makes the process a lot faster. And you're just gonna pick and pull, pick and pull, pick and pull. I try not to grab any of the salmon flesh because I don't wanna beat up the meat too much. So you're really trying to press and get the bones out. So now that we're bone free, we're gonna portion out our salmon. Most restaurants cut 6 to 7 ounces, but feel free to portion to your liking. I just realized they didn't descale the fish. What? F***ing Whole Foods. So right now we're going to scale the fish as best we can. What you're gonna do is you're gonna scrape your knife on the skin and it should kind of just roll right off. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just one extra step we have to do, but we got this. And then we're gonna score the fish. You're just gonna do 1 or 2 slices on it. It's so the skin can get even more crispier. Then we're gonna season. I season my fish pretty heavily because you're gonna lose some of the salt. Make sure you get every little bit of it. Season the skin. I don't do pepper. I don't need pepper. We just want the fish flavor. That's all we want. All right, so I'm gonna add oil to the pan and I'm gonna start the process of our crispy vegetables. This is gonna be our crispy potatoes. Normally I would fry these, but today we're doing a pan crisp, so we're gonna add a little heavy oil on this and we're gonna go golden brown one side. Now they're looking pretty ready. Yep, we're gonna flip them and we're gonna crisp the other side up till they're golden brown. You know, now that they're fully cooked, I'm gonna pull them off. I'm gonna add my Brussels sprouts. We're gonna go face side down. It needs a little more oil. And we're gonna cook these caramelized, really caramelized, not lightly, really caramelized. They should look like that. Look at that. No, not that one. Come on, get back. There we go. See that? This is what they should look like. Consistent golden brown. Now that these are finishing up, we're gonna flip and continue to cook on the backside because we don't want like a super al dente Brussels sprout. We want a nice texture, not mushy, but also not eating raw cabbage. Who wants that? These look pretty freaking perfect. I'm gonna add them to the bowl and then we're gonna season these. It's pretty simple. It's literally gonna be 2 squeezes of lemon and a little pinch of salt. It's gonna add a nice acidity pop and it's gonna be really delicious. Let's cook this salmon. So you notice how I'm moving the skin around? It's so it doesn't stick to the pan immediately. And then now we're just gonna cook it low and slow and get really crisp up this skin. We want it crispy, because we're gonna eat it. You don't want a mushy skin. So now it's looking kind of medium on the bottom side. I'm gonna add my butter here and we're gonna start butter basting. So kind of work it around, start basting away. You're still keeping your heat on. You're going medium high. We're just gonna baste. We're just gonna start cooking the flesh from this top side down now. So we're kind of evening out the cook. We're looking for like a medium salmon here. If your salmon's really good, you can go mid-rare if you really want. Continue to spoon this delicious butter right on top of the salmon. This is basting. So I'm just gonna finish. I'm gonna kiss the bottom side here and baste the skin real quick. It's not gonna overcook the salmon and it's also going to, you know, add a lot of good flavor here, like this brown butterness. And we are done. That is looking gorgeous. I mean, let's plate. We're gonna do Peruvian ají. We're gonna do our vegetables down. Crispy potatoes, caramelized Brussels sprouts. Kind of place where you wanna place it. Have some fun, but build up a nice little mountaintop so you can rest your salmon on top of it. Just like that, look at that. It's starting to get some height on the dish. That's sexy. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our Peruvian ají just a little bit on top and around your vegetables. Then we're gonna go around the plate. What you're gonna do is you're gonna roll off the ají while you swoosh. You're gonna do a squeeze of lemon because I always finish with lemon. And then to give this whole dish a pop and make it really vibrant and sexy and gorgeous, we're gonna do our pickled shallots. You notice how they're really, really, really vibrant purple? I had a little trick. If you get the course, you'll learn what it is. I'm just gonna finish with a little bit of olive oil and there it is, that's it. That is a gorgeous, beautiful, healthy salmon dish. Who doesn't like wine with their salmon? But look at that. It's amazing. It's gorgeous, it's sexy, it smells amazing. I'm so excited to eat this. Make sure you get, you know, a little bit of everything with this because you really want to enjoy the full experience of this dish. And wow, I did it again. I've blown myself away. It is bomb.